I want to just say congratulations on reaching the end of this video course. This is video number 9, and we are going to talk about hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are things that you're going to run into the majority of the time. Depending on what you want to do, the majority of time you're going to want to link to an external website from a specific keyword, what we call anchor text, and you may want to link within your website itself. What I've found over the years is a lot of the stuff that I've taught you is stuff you will see. But when it comes to hyperlinks, this is one of the main things that you're going to see, because linking to other websites, or even within your website, is very important. It's important to know how to link so that when somebody clicks on that link, it doesn't exit your website, but instead, it opens in a new window, so people stay on your website. Getting it so that the link opens in a new window is important to know as well. Let me explain to you in a lot more detail so that you fully understand. If at this point you're thinking, well, I'm a little bit confused here, it's okay. Let's start from scratch. Let's say, for example, that we have a paragraph, and on that paragraph, or even that image, which we'll talk about later, we want to turn this specific keyword into a hyperlink. Let's say, for example, at the end of the paragraph it says, click here, and we want to turn that into a hyperlink. So, the question is, how do we turn this word into a link so that we link from here to an external page and so forth? What I'm highlighting right here is what we call the anchor text, and you'll hear this being thrown around a lot. The anchor text is the text that is linking to an external website or to an internal URL. Now that you understand that, you can hyperlink this and turn that into an anchor text. You can anchor text any word that you want or even any image you want. To break things down here, this is essentially what it looks like. You need to anchor text, which is going to be the text that you highlight. Then, the hyperlink is going to be the link that you're going to link them to. Then, this is merely the action. When they read the anchor text, they'll click on the hyperlink. Then, they go to another website or URL. That's how the process works. Once you understand the process here, let's talk about how to break it down. Let's say we use click here because that's common. So, the tag looks like this, bracket first, and then it starts with an A. I like to do this, A and then bracket slash A. It gets a little bit more complicated after this, but not that complicated. So it's generally better to start with that slash A. After the A, you put href equals quotation quotation. Within the quotation, you want to put the URL or the hyperlink. We're going to do http://www.yourdomain.com. This could be within your website, or it could be any website. It doesn't matter. I highly recommend, if it is your own website, that you leave it like that. Within here, you're going to want to put the anchor text. If I were to just finish at this point and click the click here, then it would bring me to this URL right here. This is something that I would use if I were linking or interlinking within my own website, because I don't really want it to open in a brand new window. If I were to link to an external website, I want people to stay on my website as well, then here's what I would do. We go back over here, and before this end tag bracket closes, we put another space and we put the word target, and we do equals quotation quotation. Then we put underscore blank. Now, what in the world does that mean? Well, target means where you want them to go. What it means is it will open in a new window, so underscore blank means in a new window. You're just going to have to memorize this. If you wanted to open a brand new window, I would put that. If you can get to this point, just adding the underscore blank and target equals quotation underscore blank quotation and closing that off will open it in a brand new window. Believe it or not, this is as simple can be if you memorize it. You'll be set. As far as creating hyperlinks and it creating backlinks to other sites goes. This is something that you're going to run into many times in the future. You can do the same thing if this is a zip file. For example, that you want people to download a zip file. You can simply link them to the zip file. So we'll use yourdomain.com. Let's say it is in the downloads folder and it's called 123.zip or even 123.mp4, which is a video file. As long as you have a URL that links to whatever you might want them to do, download zip, watch a video, go to a blog or a website, you're going to put it here. This can apply to many different cases, but we're just creating a link to link them directly to something. The target underscore blank works in all of these cases, whether it's an MP4 file, a zip file, or whatever. You can do the same thing. Now that you understand this, you're good to go. We can always go back over to here and put, say, a center align. We'll click here, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. If you highlight it, click on link, and you link them to a location like google.com, for example. Then you can set the link to open in a new window. To be honest, you're not really going to use all these other ones. Mainly, you're going to open a new window or open in the same window. So if I go ahead and click OK and click on source code, then you'll be able to see the actual code embedded into here. If you notice, it says ahref equals quotation, the URL quotation, space, target equals quotation, underscore, blank quotation. Then, within these here, we have the anchor text, and then we close the A tag, and that's it. That's all you have to do. If we were to hyperlink an image, on the other hand, you can see what it looks like. Let's find an image here. You can go to a link, and you can link it over here. If we take a look at the source code here, you'll see that the link is here. As you can see, the link is outside of the image. So we have the link here. We haven't closed the A tag yet. We put the image here, and then we close the A tag, so that the image essentially is like the anchor text. If I go back to here, we can do that by simply putting the image and replacing the click here with the image code. You could do the same thing with other media as well. I hope you enjoyed this video course as much as I enjoyed teaching you. Make sure that you go back and work on some of this memorization. I would say just utilize any HTML editor, tweak it, and learn it every step of the way. Make one step, then look at the code, see what changed. As you do it more and more and practice it more and more, it'll stick in your mind. You'll memorize it, and you'll be good to go when that time comes, when you're utilizing something like WordPress and you run into a snag.